Okay, so it's now 8:26 a.m. I'm finally in a place where I got peace and quiet, but I don't know how long this is gonna last, you know. So, there's a little bit of music out there. Well, I wanted to say that I still kind of don't even. I guess because I feel nervous of anybody coming in here at any moment, then I'll have to stop the video. But it's still kind of early, and so most people are exercising or doing their fitness or jogging. So I guess I would have to wait until later on for any possibility of any um, panhandling donations and stuff like that. But this is the gang stalker's goal, to force us to be homeless and destitute. Because people don't believe me when they wonder, how do I have a college degree but can't get a job nowhere? And then they figure, well, it's mighty funny, and when I was living in Denton, Texas after Hurricane Katrina, me living in Denton, Texas, all the jobs opportunities where the buses don't run, and I try to go to Easter Seals, North Texas. They couldn't help me. I went to I forgot the name of that workforce, Texas Workforce Commission. So it seemed like I would go to whatever, even here in Pensacola, Escarosa, it seemed like they can't even help me or won't help me. Voc Rehab is like the only way you get help with Voc Rehab is that you have to be forced into the forced to be compliant with the abusive mental health system that invades your whole entire life. And so, how is it that, they say that the Freemasons and witches, run the world. They control the world. And so they also control how people view the world. And if you think on your own, then you're considered the enemy. So, they force us. I can show y'all some links to prove how, they force us to be homeless. This whole system is jacked up. They want 3.5 times the rent to be your income in order for you to get a place. And so, when even in 2019, I had been here a couple of months. If they would have given me full-time hours to work at YMCA, and if they wouldn't have set me up and lied on me and got me fired, I kept begging for full-time hours. They wouldn't give it to me. And they said, because, the guy that's the executive director there, he admitted that, he was not shy and saying, no, because I don't want to pay anybody insurance. But I noticed that the people, I don't want to pay health insurance. And I'm like, I already got health, Medicare and Medicaid and stuff. I just want to work. I just need to work full time. And he just would not let me work full time, keeping me down at part time. So the people who were gang stalking and perping me, they were able to work overtime hours, more than 40 hours a week. 18-year-olds, they got their house and car and everything. And gang stalking and perping me, 17-year-olds. They work full-time hours during the summer and bossing and bullying me around and everything. And so I didn't realize they were perps. I thought they were just narcissistic abusers. But I didn't realize that they were perps planted there, to workplace mob me and bully me and stuff. I'm old enough to be your parent. So all these different attempts at me trying to get a job or work or whatever. And the foster mom predicted, she kept throwing it in my face at every opportunity about how I'm going to be homeless, living on the streets, I'm going to be a prostitute, I'm going to be on drugs, I'm going to grow up to be, like, who the hell tells a child or a teenager that you're going to be homeless you're going to be homeless on the streets, living underneath the bridge, wondering where your next meal. And today is the day that I'm wondering where my next meal is going to be. While nobody says the foster mom is greedy and living deliciously and illegally off of children. And, she freaking, I've already talked about how abusive she's been and everything like that. But the fact that you keep on drilling in my head that I'm going to grow up to be a crazy, schizophrenic, crazy, drug-addicted prostitute. Or I'm going to wind up in jail or dead and deserve it. Who the hell tells a teenager or a child that? Blacklisted in workplace mob before my first job at 17 years. At my first job, 17 years old. Who the hell blacklists a 16-year-old or a 17-year-old? And I had to deal with discrimination where nobody will want to hire you before even my first job. So, I was trying to say in a previous video about how before, COVID, I had to, I was mostly set. But, this past, I already talked about before that January 2020, they banned me from that cold weather shelter, and that was a gang stalking perp setup. And people want to talk about, oh, you play victim and you blame others for your problems. You want to know how it's narcissistic? Because the gang stalkers themselves are saying you blame others for your own shortcomings, when that's not the case. Y'all know damn well y'all set this up and think that shit is funny. So they'll play all kinds of psychological games and being like, well, they will play psych games and being like, well, if you know my income is only $572, why the hell would you suggest that I go and live in a place that's $900? And I said, I don't even get $961. So why do you expect me to pay that much? Like, where the hell am I going to get $961 from if I get $572 or $696? It's still not enough. So then they would play psych games and keep on suggesting more expensive places for me to live that I don't even get that much money, and play psych games and think it's funny. So let's see. Some kind of way, when I was living in Los Angeles, Skid Row, separation torture mission, Union rescue mission, I don't remember having to panhandle or beg. I guess over there at those shelters, I dealt with heavy gang stalking and abuse, where the whole entire shelter unit, all 150 people are against you and bullying and perping you, and really not one person to be respectful of you. So they made it like as if I caused just so much damn trouble in the shelter and stuff. And people trying to set me up there, and I didn't know that at that time I didn't know about gang stalking, and I didn't even know that the Christian belief was real. I was, done with the fake IDMR cult because of certain abuses that, that's a different topic. But, yeah, I just don't even remember how I was able to get by. Surviving day to day, and oh, I know why. Because yeah, let me think. Yeah, because at the shelters and stuff, they treated you really bad, and all they served you was pork and corn. So They didn't really care, and they were taking our money. So anyway, even when I was homeless on the streets in Greenville, South Carolina for 9 days, well, I guess they had places to eat, but I had to deal with getting into arguments and fights in the homeless food lines with everybody, perping me and stuff like that. So in New Orleans, I had, well, in New Orleans was a place where my hometown was a place where I was able to get, almost $200 or $150 in food stamps. And even then, like after I became homeless again, because, but if I would ask other homeless people, well, where's a place I can go eat? Well, if I'm banned, only if you paid for your nights to go to Salvation Army. I couldn't go to the Salvation Army in New Orleans because nobody cared to give a damn to do anything to eradicate. They just don't care about us homeless people. So they didn't care to do anything to eradicate the bed bug problem. And the Salvation Army, I know they were abusive and ganging up on me and perping me and trying to order me around, tell me what to do and stuff, like even the older ones, and trying to make me feel like I'm stupid, even the staff. So I wonder how the staff never get bed bugs, but only the residents, and nobody really cared. I'm the only one who's bothered by the bed bugs and stuff. And so there they would feed you shitty food, and you pay like $7 a night or something like that, or a certain monthly fee like $300 a month to stay there. And then I had that abusive lady, Miss Francois. That was an abusive bully who would always get in my face and yell at me and talk to me like as if I'm dumb and retarded with no sense. And then they had the New Orleans mission is a cult, and enough said. So y'all can see my Google review of New Orleans mission. If you want to go on Google and look at the Google reviews of New Orleans mission, you'll see my comment on there, and I might have to, I don't want to have to do another, yeah. So even you can also look at my New Orleans Salvation Army shelter, my Google review there. So I'll see y'all later.